So I just got home from the whole morning trip like an hour ago. I took a bath, but before that I headed to my sauna, which is at the local Crunch gym which I use. And I took my sauna for half an hour, and then I got here, took a bath, and then I had my breakfast. And talking more about that later, but I had my breakfast, and now I was just looking at some of the photos that I was able to click this morning during my trip. And I did not plan it, to be honest, but there was this small gator. There were actually two of them, and they just like came to the shore, and I could see their faces, like half of their face peeping out from the waterline, and it was so majestic. So I just spent like a really good chunk of time just clicking pictures of those gators, and if I manage to edit them, I'm gonna put them up on the screen so you guys can see. It was just magical, especially during the golden hour in the morning, and it was just pure bliss for me. Like, I couldn't explain how calm and how beautiful those gators were, and they didn't do anything. I went like fairly close to them to get some good pictures, and I was scared that they might just like start dashing towards me, but they did not. So I am like really grateful for that. On top of that, I came home, I started editing those photos, and I am also reading a article from the Daily Stoic side by side. So recently I've been started leaning into stoicism and just trying to explore the whole concept, and I've been really loving it. I even ordered a medallion from the Daily Stoic, which says Amor Fati, which means the love of fate. It is basically this idea where you tell yourself that when something happens to you, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And it has this flame symbol on it, which resembles that anything that you put into the fire actually consumes it, and it burns brighter and shines brighter. And you should be like that fire as well. You should take whatever the universe, whatever the world throws at you, consume it, and then burn brighter than before. So that was the whole thing. It was true wealth for them, and how the pursuit of money actually made people more miserable than they were before. And here are the pictures. I've been editing this one, which is almost done, and it's pretty neat, pretty cool, pretty minimalistic. I love it. And that's my Essence dispenser. And here is the thing that I wanted to show you guys. So these certifications were sent to me by NASM last week, and as soon as I received them, I actually got them framed, because this is one of the major achievements during my summer, and I just want to keep them in front of me all the time so that I can remind myself of the things that I was able to achieve by just putting in consistent effort. So they just stay there on top of my entire setup, which I would like to show you guys. Looks something like this. It is very minimalistic, very productive. I love working here. I have a separate station for my AirPods, my phone, and then we have the tablet, and we have another laptop right over there, which I only use for schoolwork, some key light right over there.
Wake up, another dream about you where we're stuck. Your pretty face lingering in my mind. Can't take the smile off my face now. One day I'll get you to myself. I'll be happy, watch the world go by. I don't care where, I just love being stuck here with you. Right now, I love being stuck here with you. Being stuck here with you. So my crush, get shy around you, 'cause you live with me in my daydreams and in my mind.
Okay, so this section of the video is dedicated to me trying to explain you guys my training plan for the half marathon prep series. So as I mentioned in my previous video that I am currently in prep for a half marathon which is on November 10th, and this is my week 5 of the prep, which means I'm somewhere around 9 weeks out from my half marathon, and I'm super excited for this. Now is split between the endurance section and the hypertrophy and strength section. So let me first start explaining with the endurance section. So every single endurance prep, or it might be a half marathon, it might be a full marathon or an ultra marathon, has a specific type of workouts which are instilled within the program. So the first type of workouts are basically your training runs. This is where you exert yourself on a RPE of 5 to 6 on a scale of 10. For those of you who don't know what RPE is, it stands for rating of perceived exertion, meaning how much effort are you putting in on a scale of 1 to 10. So these runs are basically a 5 to 6 on that scale. Pace run is basically when you run at your half marathon or full marathon pace. For me, my goal half marathon pace is 8:45 minutes per miles, and yesterday, my bad, this morning I actually did my pace run, which was 3 miles, and I completed the run at 8:12 minute per mile pace because I was feeling just really good. The weather was really good, it was not as hot, and I was able to run easily at an 8:12 minute per mile pace. The third one are the tempo workouts. Now these tempo workouts are actually designed for you to improve your lactate threshold, which is the ability of your body to clear that burning sensation that you get when you anaerobically exert yourself too much. And these workouts are usually just once a week, and they are meant to increase your ability to run faster and run faster without being that fatigued. So tempo workouts are once a week. This week I have my tempo workout scheduled on Thursday, and it's going to be a 1.5 mile warm up, a 1.5 mile cool down, and in between that we have a 3 into 800 meter repeats. Now these 3 into 800 meter repeats are at an RPE of 8 to 9, like they are supposed to be hard. And the last one that we have, which is my actual favorite, is the easy long runs. These are usually scheduled on Saturday for me, and this week I have a 6 mile easy long run scheduled, and this is where I usually run at a RPE of 4, which is super chill. I can talk throughout the entire run, and this week I'm also experimenting with fuel. Now the second section, which is the hypertrophy and strength training section of my week, which is currently scheduled for four times a week. So the way I break it down is I train back and arms on Monday. This is usually like a strength come hypertrophy based section, and next day I'll be training shoulders and core, which is usually on Tuesdays. So I train Mondays and Tuesdays, then I have a break in between here. So I take usually a rest day on Wednesdays. The fourth day is chest and arms again. I train my chest in more of a hypertrophy fashion, like a bodybuilding style way, because I just like the feeling of the pump. And then I train my arms again. And then on Fridays, I have my legs and core. Now, one thing you need to, like, I need to consider when I train my legs is not to exert them to the point where the running actually becomes really difficult for me, because I don't want my legs to get really sore. So this was my entire training plan for the half marathon. I'm actually gonna follow this till the 10th of November, and maybe in the last month of the half marathon, around mid October ish, I will cut down the 4 sessions per week to 3 sessions per week so that I can focus more on my endurance runs. the mango taste is kind of sour, but I love it. So it's another day, another 6 a.m. in the morning, and this part of the video I wanted to actually uh, speak more about the topic on which I started this video, which was courage. And I have personally planned that every single video of this half marathon series would be based upon one word which has very special meaning in my life right now. And the first word was growth. The second word for this episode was courage. And I want to talk a little bit more about that before we end the video. And the reason why I've been thinking about this word so much is it is basically everything. It's like when I came to the States, you just blindly follow what has been written for you. You, instead of listening to your intuition, instead of listening to your own heart, you kind of just follow the herd. And there's this amazing quote from Charlie Munger that I just remembered. It says, following the herd brings regression to the mean. And it actually kind of took me a really long time to understand what he was trying to say, maybe a couple of minutes. But as for quotes go, that is actually a long time. But what I want to say is it takes immense amount of courage to do something that is actually controlled by fear. Every single one of us who comes here does majority of the things out of fear. The fear of not getting a job, the fear of not being able to live a affluent life, the fear of not finding someone to spend their life with, the fear of, everything. And all of these actions are controlled by fear because the human mind is actually a very negatively biased system. And what we need to understand is that in order to bypass this fear circuitry of our mind, we actually need a whole lot of courage. And like I said initially at the beginning of this video, is that courage doesn't need to be this big bold step that you took that changed your life. It needs to be those small changes that you implement every single day, regardless of how you feel. It takes courage to wake up early and get your workout in. It takes courage to tell the girl that you like her, because she might not be there around you the entire time. And these small things actually build up so much of a confidence inside of you, and evidence of doing things actually builds up that confidence. And when you have confidence, it fuels all the other actions that you want to take in your life. When you have the confidence that I can run 5 miles because you have the evidence that you ran 5 miles last week, this comes from you showing up courage to run that first mile months ago in the first place. And this is exactly what happened with me. I was not a runner. It took so much courage from my side to actually put on the shoes, go out and run a mile. My feet hurt after that, but I did not give up. Showing 5% of courage every single day, compounding over 5 months, and now my last long run was 6 miles. And I know it's not a lot, like I understand the fact that I'm just starting out, but if you look at your journey from 1 miles to 6 miles, that's what compounding looks like. And compounding is the result of you showing courage every single day. So I want to conclude this video by giving this message that no matter how hard things are, no matter how everything looks, no matter how tough it is, just show 5% courage every single day. Do the thing that you want to do. Do it to, let's say, 5-10% or 20% of the intensity that you actually dream of. But just starting out and showing up every single day, that's courage. And that is so important for you to achieve anything in your life, because without being courageous, I personally don't think that anyone can be exceptional. So this was my message for this week. I hope you guys liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot to me, and share this video with your friends and family. And I'll see you guys in next week's prep. Until then, take care and work hard.